Hey everybody, it's me, Joe, and I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you some practice at writing. How can you do that, Joe? This is a video. Well, the main problem with writing isn't actually putting the words down. The main problem to improve students' writing is finding and fixing mistakes. So I've figured out a way to do that. I'm going to show you how to find and fix your own mistakes. I'll teach you this technique, and then you can use this technique on your own with your own writing, and you will improve steadily. All right? Also, if this is your first time visiting my channel, hello, my name's Joe. I teach English to foreign students at a university in Canada. And if you're interested in improving your English and getting better at pronunciation and grammar and learning more vocabulary, you should think about subscribing to my channel. Just hit that little notification bell down below, and when I upload a new video like this one, you will be notified. Then you can come and watch it, and you can write comments, and I'll write back to you, and we become really great friends. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the whiteboard and I'm going to show you a paragraph. I've written this paragraph and I've put some mistakes in there, but I'm going to show you this wonderful technique, this powerful technique that you can use to improve your own writing. I'll show you how to find and how to fix your own mistakes. All right? And if you can do this, if you watch the whole video, I know that you can do this at home. Let's go to the whiteboard now. Okay, here is my sample paragraph. I'm going to read it to you. I really want to visiting Egypt. It is an incredible country with a very long and interesting histories. Also, the Great Pyramids is one of the most famous landmarks in the world. My dreams are to see them with my own eye. All right. Now, there are lots of mistakes in this paragraph, but by using the hunting backwards technique, we can find them in an organized way so we don't miss any. All right? So I'm going to show you step by step how to do that. Okay? The technique I'm going to teach you right now is the hunting backwards technique. There's 5 steps to it, and if you follow all of these steps, you can find and fix so many of your mistakes that you would have missed before. Okay? I've taught this to hundreds and hundreds of students that have come through my classrooms at my university, and they all get better, and this technique is easy. Each step is easy, but together they are super powerful. Okay? Let's check out those steps. All right, step number 1 of the hunting backwards technique is start at the end. So that means start at the end of the sentence or start at the end of the paragraph, wherever you want to start, but make it at the end. And you're going to do something going backwards. Do not read your sentence again. Do not read your paragraph again. Reading, that's how you miss your mistakes. This is hunting backwards. Start at the end and go backwards. Okay? So after you start at the end, what you got to do is find the nouns. Hunt backwards through the sentence or the paragraph and find all the nouns. The people, the places, or the things. Find them, okay? And then the next step is super important. So after you find those nouns, step 3 is ask one question. This is one question that can really, really, really improve your writing. So the question you have to ask yourself is, do I mean one or more than one? This is an important question because so many times students make mistakes with nouns. They write in one when they mean more than one. All right? There are many buildings in my city. Do you mean building or buildings? Of course you mean buildings, but you made a mistake. If you ask this question, you will find that mistake and you can fix it before you have to show it to your teacher or show it to your boss or show it to anyone. It'll make you look smarter. This question should become your best friend. So, step number 4 is find the verbs. Remember, start at the end, either at the end of the sentence or the end of the paragraph, and work backwards and find all the verbs. Okay? You got to have verbs there. Find them. So, after you find the verbs, right, then number 5, ask 2 questions. If you ask these 2 questions, then you can find and fix most of the problems, most of the mistakes that you make with verbs. Guaranteed. Okay, so what are those 2 questions? Here they are. Number 1, do I mean now or some other time? And number 2, does this verb agree with the subject? So the first question is asking about the tense. Should we use the simple present tense, the simple past? Should we use the future? Should it be a continuous tense? I want you to be mindful about which tense do you think goes in this place? And are you using the correct one? The second question, does this verb agree with the subject? In every sentence, you're going to have a subject and a verb. You have to make sure that they agree. That means you say things like, I like, she likes. I work, he works. Okay? Do you remember those rules? As you can remember, the step 1 of the hunting backwards technique was to start at the end. So that's either the end of the sentence or the end of the paragraph. All right? So I'm going to start at the end of the paragraph and do it all at once. So I'm going to start down here. Then step 2 is find the nouns. No problem, I can do that. I can find nouns. I'm an English teacher. Okay? So those are the nouns. Now, step 3 is ask myself one question. Do I mean one or more than one? So let's start at the end again. My own eye. Do I only have one eye? Take a look. Right? I've got 2 eyes. My own eyes. Right? I'm not a pirate. I have 2 eyes. Okay? Next one is them. So there's more than one pyramid. So that's, yes, them is right. I mean them. My dreams. No. This is my dream about going to Egypt. Not dreams. I got other dreams, but this one dream is about going to Egypt. So this should be my dream. Okay. Next one. World. Yes, that's world. That's correct. There's only one world. Landmark. Landmark is a singular. But in this expression, when you say one of the, we have to change the noun to plural because we're talking about one of a group. One of the tallest buildings. One of the smartest students. One of the cutest teachers. All right? So let's put an S on here. It's one of the most famous landmarks. Pyramids? Yes, there's more than one pyramid. History. That one's wrong. I don't mean histories, I mean history. So let's put a Y here. Get rid of that. I don't want to tip over my board. History. It has a long history. Next one is countries. Egypt is not more than one country. It's just country. So there's a mistake. It is okay. Yes, I mean it. Egypt is Egypt. There's not more than one Egypt. And I, just I. Okay. So by underlining the nouns and then asking that one question, I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mistakes. All right? That's great. Now, let's go on to step 4. And if you can remember, step 4 is find the verbs. So let's start at the end and find the verbs. Okay, now we found all the verbs. Next part is ask yourself 2 questions. The first question is the verb the right tense? Do I mean now or in the past? Okay, so this is the present tense. Present tense, my dream, yes, that's okay. Present tense, the pyramid is, that's present tense. There's nothing wrong with that. It is, that's present tense. I mean present tense. Wants is present tense. Visiting. Now visiting is the continuous tense, but I don't have am visiting or was visiting. It's just visiting. So that's the wrong tense. I don't mean to say that. And usually with the word to, we have just the base form, the infinitive, to visit. All right? So we found one tense mistake, visit. Now the second verb question was, ask yourself, does the verb agree with the subject? So let's go back to the end. All right? To see. To see, I think, is okay. To see them, no problem. Dreams has changed to dream. So dream are? No. This should be, my dream is to see. Okay? Let's go, okay? Also, the Great Pyramids is? No. If we were talking about one pyramid, right, that'd be okay. But this should be are. Right? The Great Pyramids are. Nice. Let's go back. The next verb is. So it is. Yeah, that goes together. It is. The next one is I wants. Do we say I wants? No. He, she, it wants. I want. Okay. So now let's take a look at this paragraph again. I found, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 verb mistakes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 noun mistakes. All right, I think this is a much better paragraph now. And now that I've shown you how to do it, I think you can do it when you write a paragraph. All right, so did you see and understand all the mistakes that I pointed out? Did you understand the steps that you have to go through to find those mistakes? It's just a few simple questions that you ask yourself and a different technique of kind of hunting backwards. If you do that, you can get really great at finding and fixing your own mistakes. The students in my classes at my university in Canada, they do this. And they get good enough at English to go to a Canadian university. All right? Imagine that. You're English good enough to attend university in an English-speaking country. That's amazing. It can happen to you too. All right, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions about writing practice and finding mistakes, write them in the comments below and I'll write back to you. Also, check in the notes down at the bottom underneath this video and you'll find lots of links to more learning opportunities. I always want to give students more learning opportunities. That's it for now. Until next time, bye-bye.